Hello, and welcome to another flipperific math lesson with Mr. Hurley. Today's lesson is all about capacity. What is capacity, you ask? Well, that's a great question. Capacity is the amount that a container can hold. Container. Capacity is the amount that a container can hold. The question that you'll hopefully be able to answer at the end of this lesson is, what is the relationship between cups, pints, quarts, and gallons? The abbreviation for cup is C, pint, PT, quart, QT, and gallon, GAL. Cups, pints, quarts, and gallons are measurement ways that we describe capacity. What are you seeing happening here with the abbreviations? From the C all the way up to the gallon. How has it changed? Now I'm going to treat you to a little story to help you remember how to measure capacity and figure out equivalent measures between cups and between pints and quarts and gallons. And this will help you see that relationship. So this is a story called Land of Gallon. Once upon a time, in the land of Gallon, there were 4 giant queens. Each queen had a prince and a princess. Each prince and princess had 2 children. The children were twins. The twins were 8. So why this story? Well, again, it shows the relationship between cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. Here I have 1 cup. 1 cup. If I put 2 cups together, they would equal 1 pint. Now it also says on this container 16 FLOZ. That's for fluid ounces. Fluid ounces, and that's where the 8 comes from. Each cup has 8 fluid ounces. I put 2 cups together, 8 plus 8 is 16. There are 16 fluid ounces to get my pint. And if I look, there are 2 children inside of the prince or princess. So 2 cups inside 1 pint. There are 2 of these pints inside 1 quart. 1 quart, so I can fit 2 pints inside 1 quart. And then I go larger and I can fit 4 of these quarts into my gallon. Now it's your turn in your notebook to practice creating the land of Gallon. I am going to switch the boards, and then I am going to say the story, and I want you to go ahead and draw out the story. Okay. Remembering C for cups, Q for quarts, P for pints, the 8 for the 8 fluid ounces, land of gallons. So now it's your turn to create that organizer just like Mr. Hurley did. Once upon a time, in the land of Gallon, there were 4 giant queens. Each queen had a prince and a princess. Each prince and princess had 2 children. The children were twins. The twins were 8. If you missed anything, pause, rewind, and try it again. On the next board, you'll see another example of the graphic organizer, so you can check your work then. Okay, so here's the organizer again for you. And now we're going to see how we can use this organizer to figure out equivalent measures between cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. So the first question is, how many cups in a pint? How many cups in a pint? So cups in so I was telling me 1 pint. So I find a pint, which would be a prince or a princess in my drawing, and how many cups are inside of that pint? Well, I see 1, 2, 2. So how many cups are in a pint? 2 cups is the same value as 1 pint. How many pints are in 2 quarts? Pints in 2 quarts. Okay, so let's see. I need pints, which is all of my P's, and I need to know in 2 quarts. So here's 1 quart, and there's a 2nd quart. So I have to count all of my P's, my pints, that are in 1, 2 quarts. So there are 2 pints in 1 quart and 2 pints in a 2nd quart. So I have 2, 4, right? Or 2 pints times 2 equal groups gives me 4. So there are 4 pints in 2 quarts. So 4 pints is the same value as 2 quarts. How many quarts are there in 3 gallons? So the whole land is the gallon. How many quarts are there? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts. So if I have 4 quarts, that equals 1 gallon. Are there going to be 4 quarts in every gallon? Yes, there are 4 quarts in every gallon. So repeated groups, I would be able to multiply to figure it out. 4 quarts in 1 gallon, well, I have to times it by 3 because I need 3 gallons. So 4 times 3 is 12, or 4 plus 4 is 8, plus another 4 is 12. So either way, we get to 12 quarts equals 3 gallons. Now it's your turn to practice. You try. So how many quarts in 1 gallon? Remember to use your graphic organizer that you created. So you're looking at the entire gallon here. How many quarts are in there? And write out this equation, please. So you're showing quarts equivalent or same value as gallons. Then also cups in 3 quarts. How many cups in 3 quarts? Blank cups equals 3 quarts. And how many pints in 2 gallons? Blank pints equals 2 gallons. Also, don't forget in your other 2 sections of your homework page to have any questions listed, or if you know a different way to figure things out, go ahead and show that. And then any global connections that you can think of. I know for Mr. Hurley, my global connection would be whenever I'm making pasta. I look at the box of pasta and it tells me how much water to add to the pot before I put in the pasta. But my measuring cups never have the same measurement tools used as the box. So I end up having to use my land of gallon in the middle of my kitchen trying to figure out exactly how much water do I need to get into that pot. So that's how I use it in my everyday. So thank you for showing up. You've been treated to another flipperific math lesson with Mr. Hurley.